everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So I filmed this entire video, forgot to turn on my microphone. I freaking love when that happens. Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you all that same vibe, the same energy that I had in my previous video. So anyways, welcome to those of you that are new and that have recently subscribed. I am so excited to have you here as part of my YouTube family. I'm really looking forward to continue to posting some content for you guys. And of course, I just want to thank you for all of your continued support. Without you guys, I wouldn't really have the motivation to post. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. So today's video, I'm really excited to do because I am going to be talking about some underrated drugstore makeup. So I'm sure it's no surprise to any of you guys that have watched my channel. I absolutely love drugstore makeup. I do think that I have a pretty well balanced makeup collection as far as high-end and drugstore makeup. I really enjoy high-end products, but I do really love my drugstore makeup and could not live without it, if I'm being honest. And so I really wanted to film a drugstore themed makeup video, and some of these products you probably have heard me talk about before, so I apologize if it's a little bit redundant, but let's go ahead and get started. The sun is going down, so let's see if I can get through this pretty quickly. So I'm going to go in the order that I would apply makeup. I'm not going to have a product for everything, like for every category. For instance, I do not have a primer to talk about, but I do have a foundation. Now, I've talked about this before in my channel, so again, I apologize if it's redundant, but I just think it's very underrated. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay All Day, what is it? Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. I do have the shade Classic Ivory. So here's what this one looks like. This is just such a good foundation. I feel like it's a really great workhorse product for me because it does really well with various different primers if I want to go more hydrating or more luminous. I don't usually pair a mattifying primer with this one just because I do think that this gives me that satin finish already, but this is such a good one. I do think that it has a pretty good shade range as well, especially for it being from the drugstore, but I just feel like it doesn't get enough attention. I feel like CoverGirl in general does not get enough attention. They do really great with their base products. They have good concealers, really good powders, good blushes, and good foundations. I really think that they do a good job with them, and I tend to do pretty well with CoverGirl foundations, and this is just no exception to that. So I do love this one. For powders, because that's kind of next for me and how I do my makeup, this one from Wet n Wild. This is a loose setting powder. I do have the translucent shade, but this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder. Here's what this looks like. This is such an underrated loose powder. It's so good. I want to say that they have like a banana shade in this one, but also maybe even a deeper shade than this, but I do have the translucent shade. This is an amazing drugstore loose setting powder. I feel like I can't focus now that I filmed that entire video, but anyways, this is really good. I think that it sets the makeup really well. I love it because it sets the face and it doesn't leave my skin feeling like dewy or sticky as if I didn't set it, but then it also doesn't leave my skin feeling dry either. So I feel like it's a really great like in-between powder. So I love it for that reason. It comes with 0.70 ounces, so it's over half an ounce of products that you get, which is an amazing deal because it's already so affordable because it's Wet n Wild, but because it comes with so much product, it's an even better value. I will say I hate the packaging because it's really bulky and I have to store it elsewhere, like separately from my drawers, which is super annoying, but it's worth it because it's so good. Now I have two pressed powders that you guys will see how much I love because I actually have pan in both of them, and both of these powders are actually from Essence. So I will speak about this one first. This is a holy grail product to me. It cannot be beat. It's so good. This is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. So here's what it looks like, and then here is my beautiful pan that I've hit in this product. This I love. I've loved for years. I actually had it like a couple of years ago. I finished it off completely, and then I held off on repurchasing it right away because I have so many powders in my collection. But this year I was like, Sabrina, you need to repurchase that powder because you reference that powder all the time on your channel. You're always talking about how much you love it, but you don't even own it. Like, what if they've reformulated it and it's awful? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna repurchase it, and it's still good. It is still good, you guys. This is an absolute favorite of mine. It's very underrated. I feel like nobody talks about this thing. And it's funny because Essence is a very trending brand. You know, they've come out with so many products that have gone, I don't know about viral, but they've done really well for themselves this past year. But this is still such an underrated product. I love, you know, applying my concealer, blending that all in, and then setting it with this powder. And it does such a fine job. I reach for it every day. I reach for this over, you know, any other powder to set underneath my eyes. It's perfect. I love it. I don't think I'll ever be without it. The other powder from Essence is this one. This is the All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. Again, I do have major pan in this one, and unfortunately my packaging did break, which is something just to note about Essence. Essence is very affordable, which we all love, right? But the packaging kind of shows, which is kind of unfortunate, but I just kind of press the lid down and it's, you know, it's just fine. I don't travel with it though, so I just kind of keep that in mind. But this is a great powder for, obviously if you have oily skin. I tend to have like normal to oily, especially during the summer. It leans more oily, but this is great for just to set my T-zone, and it really does keep my oils at bay throughout the day. Again, especially because during the summer it's very hot and I do tend to get more oily. So I'm pretty sure this would give you a white cast. I'm not 100% sure though, because I've actually never tested it, but this is just a great like day-to-day powder for me, so I'm not really needing it to be like, you know, flashback proof or anything. But this is just a great everyday powder, especially if you have oily skin. Now I have a bronzer. It's actually a cream bronzer. I have spoken about this on my channel before many times, but this is so good. This competes with my high-end products. It competes with my high-end cream bronzers, and this is the Wet n Wild Makeup Contour Stick. I do have the shade Oaks on You, and this is amazing, you guys. I'm sorry if I'm being redundant, but this is so good. If you are new to my channel, check this out. It's so good. Again, I have the shade Oaks on You. They also have another shade called Where's Walnut, and that one might be a little bit deeper, but this is so good. It honestly competes with my Milk Makeup cream bronzer, and I love that one. And I feel like if I had to repurchase one, I'd probably repurchase this one first, just because it is so affordable, and I mean, it's just as good. I would probably want the Milk Makeup one as well, because I do like the shade of the Milk Makeup one, but this is so good. It's so affordable. They have cream blushes and highlights in this packaging as well. I can't speak for those, but I can speak for this guy, and it is so good. It is so good. I love it, and I want to reach for it all the time. It's great. Now I'm super excited because this is a new product. I don't think I've talked about it on my channel before, except maybe I featured it in a Get Ready With Me. But this is very exciting because I really love it. I really love it. And this is from Revlon. Revlon has become one of my favorite brands lately. I really enjoy a lot of products from them that I've discovered this year. Not that the products that I discovered are from this year, except maybe a few, but this one is definitely not from this year. But this is one of their Revlon powder blushes, and I have the shade 028 Apricot. So here is the packaging here, and then here is the actual blush shade. So it's a beautiful like rosy pink shade. This is absolutely stunning. It is so stunning. The formula of these blushes are so silky, they're so smooth, and I will say they're very pigmented. This is the blush that I'm wearing today. This is my makeup from work today, and I was wearing a different blush today, but I went ahead and just reapplied some blush just to get me some more of that, you know, nice flush going on. So I just applied this one. But they are very pigmented. They really are. You do not need a lot on your brush. You know, a lot goes a long way type of thing, but the shades that they offer are so stunning. I honestly want to purchase all of them. I shouldn't though. I might maybe pick up one more because there are like a couple of shades that are calling my name, so I might pick, you know, one from the few that are calling my attention. Anyways, this is so good. Honestly, so silky, so smooth. I absolutely love this formula, and they're underrated. I feel like Revlon is underrated. They have some really, really great products, and I think that they're a brand worth checking out in my opinion. All right, now we are going to get into some cream eyeshadows. I have mentioned these on my channel, but they are so good. They're so underrated, and they are the Maybelline Color Tattoos. I do have the shades High Roller, which is this one. This is a beautiful like taupey brown color. So beautiful. And then my favorite shade of the two that I own is in Socialite, and it's a beautiful like pinky rose gold color. So pretty. These are so underrated, especially for the vibe of makeup right now. I feel like a lot of people are going for that like no makeup look. They're going for natural makeup look, and I feel like this is perfect for that. Especially the shade Socialite, I feel like is very similar to a Charlotte Tilbury cream shadow shade, but I don't know of the name exactly. But this is such a perfect cream shadow if you are looking for something that's going to look a little bit more put together, makes yourself look a little bit like you tried harder than you actually did. They're perfect for every day. They're work appropriate. I love reaching for these whenever maybe I'm running late for work and I don't feel like doing my eyeshadow completely. I'll just throw one of these on my lids, and it gives me something on my lids that makes me look, again, a little bit more put together. So these are super underrated in my opinion. So going back to Revlon, these I did discover this year. I want to say they also came out this year, and these are the Revlon So Fierce Prismatic Palettes. So I do have two of them. The shade That's a Dub is going to be perfect for you if you love more like neutral, everyday, you know, color stories. This shade right here is absolutely stunning and is completely worth getting the palette for, in my opinion. These are, I will say, they're not going to be as pigmented as some people might prefer, but I kind of like that. I feel like a lot of my eyeshadows are very pigmented, and so it's kind of a nice change of pace when I use these. But this one is That's a Dub. Super beautiful. If you love neutrals, I do recommend that one. However, my favorite is Slight Flex. And this one is so beautiful, and this shade right here is so dimensional and so beautiful. It's kind of like pinky but aqua-y but silvery, and it's so unique and so pretty. It's a very, you know, special shade for this palette. I feel like this color story alone just looks so high-end, and I think it's so good. Again, not the most pigmented. You kind of have to build these up, but I honestly don't mind that. Again, it's just kind of like a nice change of pace. So I do recommend those. I feel like people are either giving those palettes bad reviews, or they're just skipping over them completely, and I think you need to try them. All right, so finally, I do have some eyeshadow palettes from Wet n Wild. I, again, have really, you know, loved these this year. I feel like they have completely stolen my heart. This palette alone has completely stolen my heart. I do have 4 of the Wet n Wild's Color Icon palettes, 2 of the 10 pans and 2 of the 5 pans. But the one that I purchased first and the one, no. I think I purchased a 5 pan first. But this is the first 10 pan I purchased, and it completely stole my heart. This is the Nude Awakening Color Icon palette. This color story is absolutely beautiful. This shade right here is stunning. It's easily, like, by far my favorite shade in the palette. These are so good. I don't understand why people are giving these bad reviews. Like, I feel like it's like few of us on YouTube here that love these. I was actually inspired to pick up this color story because Jessica Braun tried it and she used this shade right here, and it was absolutely beautiful. I decided to go ahead and grab it, and I'm so glad I did. I took this one on vacation with me. I wore this one on my anniversary, on my wedding anniversary, and I didn't regret it. I loved it. So this is so good. and this palette and how it performed inspired me to grab this one. So this is another Color Story, same line, same formula too. I've only used this one once, so I can't speak about it too much, but this is the Lights Off Color Story, and this one is a little bit more like cool tones leaning. It's so stunning. I did a look using this like silvery shade right here. It came out so beautifully. I love these. I think they're so good. I will say I do use a NYX glitter glue with these shimmers, and I think that that really helps them kind of adhere to the lids but also shine a little bit more. So if that bothers you, you know, if you don't like to use a wet brush or use a glitter primer or something, and you just like to just use, you know, a brush, maybe these won't work for you. But even Emily Noel, you know, used this with just her brush and they worked fine for her. So I don't know, but these are so good, and I feel so bad that these are getting such bad reviews because I think they're amazing. And then I do have, this was actually the first one that I purchased, and this is one of their 5 pans. This is Camo Flaunt. This one in particular does have a pressed glitter right here, so just a fair warning if you're someone who does not like pressed glitter. But this is again a really cute, like kind of like neutral leaning, cool tones leaning Color Story. It's really pretty. I don't think this one is like my favorite. I do think I just love Nude Awakening so much. And then I did recently purchase this one, but I haven't tried it. But I'm assuming because all of them have been so good so far, that this one will be, you know, just like the others and perform very well. And this is the shade My Lucky Charm. And this one is kind of more like green and blue, but it's also kind of warm toned. It's very unique and very beautiful. So I'm looking forward to using this one. I think this is a perfect fall like Color Story. So I'm looking forward to using this one. But those are all of the underrated drugstore products in my opinion. I just wanted to do, again, a underrated drugstore themed video. I feel like you guys would really enjoy that. I really love drugstore makeup, and I just wanted to do a drugstore themed makeup video today. So if you did enjoy, I really hope that you'll give this video a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube family here. Let me know what your favorite drugstore products are down below, and also what you think or your favorite underrated drugstore products are. And I look forward to interacting with you guys in the comments, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!